So in trading, you can actually learn too much, and sometimes the more you learn, the worse you get. It's very likely by this point that you've learned too much information from too many different people. What this does is create conflict in your mind. When you look at the charts, you don't know whether you should follow a strategy you learned from this person or a strategy you learned from this person. Or even worse, you try and mix them together, but because they trade in different ways, it simply doesn't work. So when you look at a chart, if you have information about supply and demand in your mind, you might look at the markets like this. But if you have trend lines in your mind, you might be thinking, well, should I take this trade instead? If you have support and resistance as something you've tried before, you may see the support floor as an opportunity to buy. But then if you understand liquidity, you might think, well, no, that's likely to be taken out. If you've learned fair value gaps, so ICT trading, you might think if the market returns to this zone, I will buy. But if you trade imbalances in the way that I trade them, you would be looking for it to be filled instead. See what I mean? The confusion that occurs when you have all of these different systems and way of viewing the market in your mind actually becomes more difficult to find trades because you have learned too much. There are so many different ways to see the market, and realistically, none of them are inherently wrong.